351 Windsors have always been a forgotten powerhouse. And 351 Windsor roller motors are definitely getting hard to find. We just traded a stock 8.8 axle for a 351 Windsor out of a church van that had approximately about 100,000 miles on it. And today we're gonna be heading into the shop and digging through some of those parts. And if everything checks out with this engine block, this could be a perfect candidate for that budget Junkyard 387 stroker that we built a number of years ago, and to bring that here back to the channel. If you're not familiar with the 387 stroker, we basically took a Junkyard block, honed it with a regular ball hone that you would do in pretty much any garage setting, matched those Windsor rods up with a set of factory 302 forged pistons that we have in fox bodies, and we bought a budget 3.85 crankshaft for about 300 bucks, which is the same crankshaft that you run in a 393 stroker. When it was all said and done, we matched it up with a trick flow top end, stuff that we had laying around here in the shop, and the engine made 400 wheel in the black GT, and we had a bunch of fun with it. It was really cool to build something as budget as it was and as powerful as it was, and that's been a staple here on the channel for a number of years. 351 Windsors have always been a very strong candidate for like stroker builds or higher horsepower builds in your fox body Mustang or even in your truck. Problem is 351 Windsors, they didn't make a whole lot of them. They made them up until 97, but most of them were in trucks and vans, and we didn't have a lot of opportunity to get them out of junkyards. Like I had mentioned, this came from a 95 church van, Econoline E250, E350. These are also found in Broncos. And we've dug through a number of junkyards and picked probably a dozen 351 Windsors before in the past. So if you manage to actually find one that's in good condition or looks like it's a good candidate, my last couple 351 Windsors have all cracked and had some water jacket issues for some reason or another. The one thing that makes these things super strong is they're a 3-inch, like a big block main, nice thick webbing, and it's just a better block to build a stroker with. Problem is putting it into fox body, you got to change your distributor, you got to change your oil pan, exhaust becomes an issue, lower intake design is wider than a 302, so your intake options are pretty limited. You have to buy a whole nother intake. But one of the good things about a roller block is it's already got the cam webbing for roller lifters. They come with a 422, 448 stock roller camshaft, and they also come with the stock E7TE head. So it's almost like the big brother of the fox body engines. Pick up at a junkyard and just drop it into your fox body Mustang, pick up 50 to 75 horsepower and torque. Great budget idea. But again, finding them out in the wild in good, usable condition, you're just gonna have to make time to check the junkyards and get one out of one, or buy one that maybe somebody has on the marketplace. This 351 Windsor, outside of the carbon here, has a really good crosshatch still for being so many years old. If we want to bring this back to the channel, we're going to have to get this crankshaft remachined. And this is the crankshaft from the first 387 stroker that was pretty oil starved, and it ruined a couple rod bearings and locked up. And this crankshaft could be turned pretty easily, probably turn this 10 under and be able to reuse it, not a problem. Over here on our table for the 393 stroker, this is all our parts that are going back in our 393. We have a bunch of extra bearings. So we got a bunch of extra 10 under and standard 8 HDX or H whatever rod bearings and main bearings. Some of them have extra clearances. And that's what we're definitely going to be doing with this, is running a little bit of extra clearance with this specific crankshaft. And we're also going to be running a different oil pump. If it's got a 7-quart pan in it, there's no reason why you can't run an HV pump. My white car had the 408 in it for years. We beat the snot out of that engine block, production block, made 1,000 crank like we had talked about. We're going to go with what Dave suggested years ago. Just put a high volume in it and be done with it. So this old box back here is part of the old 387 stuff when we came back from the engine shop. And you can see we got a number of parts that need to be cleaned up a little bit, but all this stuff is here, man. Just needs to be washed up. Here's all the rocker arms that we were running. And the old push rods, these are going to need to be cleaned up pretty good. And these are actually the old lifters that we were running. Now, if you're running a 351 Windsor non-roller block, that's not that big of a deal. You could run some retro lifters like we'll probably end up running in this anyways. And unlike the production style, it has like a little rail here that attaches. You won't need to run this spider, this lifter retainer. These will actually retain like they're supposed to. So if you're running an older block, you can buy a set of these. They're a little bit more expensive. They're like 500 bucks, 600 bucks for a good set. The nice thing about the roller block is you can just take whatever camshaft you have in your 302 or 351 and just go ahead and hot swap it right back down into this other block and send it on its way. Saves you a little bit of money, saves you a little time and headache. I wanted to show you real quick before we moved on. I got a couple 302 blocks sitting outside. The 351 Windsor, how big the mains are and how big the webbing is compared to the 302. Let me go outside and show you that one. We got a number of engine blocks that we're sending over to the machine shop, and you can see the difference. You can just tell, like just in the main itself and the webbing, the main cap. These are a bunch of roller 302 blocks we've had sitting for a while. That's probably one of the biggest upsides to switching over to the 351 Windsor is the actual strength. So we won't be building the whole engine this year. We'll be building the long block. So the intake that we ran was the box R, but this intake is actually going on the 393 stroker here in about a month when we get it all back together. So this is one of the major issues with building a 351 Windsor is the intake choices. When you switch from a 302 to a 351, you got to change intake, distributor, oil pan, exhaust. There's just a lot of costs involved with it. So this is the TrickFlow EFI style carb intake that we ran on the 393. Now this actually worked really, really well. And we plan on using this again one day, but we're gonna switch over to the box R for the 393 and the black GT just for 2026 to see if we can make a little bit more power with it than we did with that intake. And I'm gonna be honest with you, we built this, built it with spare parts once again like we did last time. We would just go ahead and bust out our old TrickFlow 170s again. We know these worked with that engine, booked for like 700 bucks from a buddy of ours. So these will work. They're not the ideal head, but it's what we got in the shop. That's what we would go with. Remember, this long block is supposed to be about budget and to have some fun with it. We got a mess here as we're trying to actually get rid of a bunch of stuff in this old dash harness box. I ended up finding the bell housing that we ran with the TKX. Original clutch, the McLeod RXT Twin HD that we ran. I run these, even NA, I'll run this. It's just a great clutch. It's got a good clutch feel, but this is just a McLeod 28 ounce. Actually, this is 0, but this will be the one that we put a weight on it. The nice thing about the McLeods is you can put an actual weight on it. Here's the bolts. This is getting sent back to McLeod. It's getting rebuilt. That's one of the big advantages of running the RXT. Costs about 500 bucks to rebuild it, and then you'll be good and set for another couple years. And deeper into this old box of wiring here, we got the old camshaft that came out of it. B31 camshaft. This has been in like 4 of our engines. I'll put this back in. I don't give a damn. It isn't the biggest lift. It's not the biggest camshaft, but you know, I'd like to just do something with these parts rather than just try to sell them individually. Might as well bring some content to the channel and bring this thing back. The only thing that failed on it was the oil pump. It was a damn good motor. That combo worked. We won't be going back with this oil pan, that's for sure. This is one of those road race pans and it kind of sucks. One of the main key components that I'm looking for is the balancer. So we do have a number of sets of Windsor rods that we can use. These are roller, shaped like a football on the head of it. So this is an old Windsor rod, and you know, these are just stock pistons. They're just cast and not very good pistons to use. And back here on this cart, for our 302 engine build, we can pop these pistons off, and these are the actual factory TRW pistons that I was talking about. I don't think I want to reuse the other ones, but what I could do is if I found the balancer and I reuse the old crank and grind it 10 under, it's going to be the same gram weight, plus or minus, right? Close enough. And we can just use these old foxbody pistons on that set of Windsor rods. So we're getting pretty close to finding all the parts that we need to bring the 387 stroker back. Now there's going to be some work that needs to be done by switching the Windsor rods over to the foxbody pistons. And I got to clearance them like I had told you and showed you before earlier in the... I could simply just find the old rods and pistons that were in the old 387 stroker, but again, those went through a seize, like the engine seized up itself. So we're just going to start over, double back on our videos that we did here on the channel, and we're just going to clearance the pistons exactly like they were before. Didn't take very long. And then clean them up and get them installed on these Windsor rods. We've done it before, and we're going to bring it back to the channel again. I also want to make mention about piston and valve clearance. With the TrickFlow 170s and the way the TrickFlow design is, we didn't have much of an issue with the B31 camshaft at like 550 lift on the stock Fox body pistons. If you're trying to run a bigger cam in something like this in a budget build, you're definitely going to want to fly cut your pistons. That's something we didn't have to do last time we built the 387. That's why we're just going to run back with the same camshaft. We're not trying to do anything special with this engine. We never really were, but we know the formula worked and we want to run it back, and this time build it back better than it was. So we have the engine block, we have a set of pistons, we have a set of Windsor rods, we have the original camshaft that we used in the last build, we have the crankshaft that we used in the last build that needs to be machined, engine block that needs to be machined, flywheel with the original clutch that was in the black GT. The only real key component that we're missing outside of, well, rings and bearings and timing chain, you know, which you can get along the way, right? But we're missing the balancer. That was a real key component that we had balanced on the machine that's going to make this engine build work. The front of the balance is the issue. The program wants us to drill in where there's no counterweight. So Dave came up with the idea to use the balancer and drill through it like they did here. And if I remember correctly, it was kind of one of those cheaper version. It was like $100 balancer, and we actually drilled through it to help balance the front of the motor because there was no counterbalance. I know I have it here somewhere in one of these boxes, but I just haven't found it yet. But I'm sure it will show up sooner than later. I did find a swap meet deal not too long ago. It was on sale or whatever at a performance shop, but I thought it was an aftermarket one when I bought it, but this would work just fine as well. Might be something we might consider. Now this type of thing I would definitely run a standard pump with. I think the HV would suck this pan dry, and running an aftermarket one would be better. And that's probably what we're going to do anyways, because these 351 Windsors suffer from oil starvation, specifically to the back of the block. Cleaning out the oil galleys a little bit to get them to flow a little bit better, but they still suffer from oil starvation. And that's pretty much the demise of the original 387 and the 393 last year. But it's an option. We already own it, and it's here in the shop. Although we're not building the engine today, we know what we need, we know what we have, and we know what we have to go get. The recipe for the 387 Stroker 2.0, this is going to be a better version. Stock foxbody TRW forged pistons, Windsor rod, B31 Anderson Ford Motorsport camshaft, 3.85 Eagle crankshaft, old set of Trick Flow 170s, production block 351 Windsor roller block with a good standard bore. I've been wanting to bring this build back to the channel for a number of years since it failed the first time. It's unfortunate, but this time around we'll have some extra clearance in the bearings and we'll actually have the crankshaft cut. So we will have a little bit of machine work that needs to be done to this. We will find the balancer and the old piston and rods that we've had in the old build, and we'll be able to reference them for the new piston and rods that we have going on. We'll build the long block with those cylinder heads and maybe, just maybe, put it in Cousin Paul's coupe or some sort of car. It might even go into Dad's car at some point. We don't know. I like my 302 block turbo stuff that my dad has in his car, and I probably just leave that best alone. But we got a lot of things going on here in the channel. We got a slow process here where we're changing the white car over to the coupe. This is going to be something that we're going to be able to build, do a little content on it, gather the rest of the parts, and start making progress. Be a little fun build here on the channel to bring it back and build a long block and have it ready for something in the future. Who knows what it'll go in. If you guys enjoy this sort of content, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Check out that join button, become a member of the channel. It helps me to go do things like this on the channel and to bring this content to you. But outside of that, I appreciate you guys for watching. I love y'all. I'll see you soon in the next one.